One, two, three. Harold and Brad, Windy City Filmmakers. Harold and Brad, Windy City Filmmakers. Harold and Brad. Da, 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 da.
Three, two, one. What's going on, y'all? Brad Stevens here for another edition of the Harold and Brad Windy City Filmmakers podcast. HD, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Yeah, boy, we back.
We back. Yes, we have a super talented guest in the house. The super talented actress, SRiversFinal is with us. What's going on?
Hey, how y'all? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Greatly appreciate it. So the first question we always ask people is a two-parter, and it's, what's your connection to Chicago, and what kind of art do you create?
Connection to Chicago. I moved here about 20 years ago to take a job in education, actually, which is been my career for about 30 years now. And I found acting while here in Chicago about 15 years ago. So that's my connection to Chicago. I think I used to be a flight attendant a long time ago. Chicago is probably my favorite city out of all of the cities I've been in this country and abroad. Chicago is probably my favorite city. It's gorgeous. The primary thing that I do in this industry is act. I have put on my director's cap for staged readings and for a very short audio play, and I've done some assistant directing, but my primary focus is acting.
The first time I ever saw you, it was on someone's TV, and I can't remember this acting coach, Caucasian woman. She was like, I want to show you this short film. This was 2010, 11, somewhere up in there. Mm-hmm. And you had a hat on, a cap. You know what I'm talking about? It was like you were in an alley or something. This was way back when. It was,
yeah. I was playing an undercover police officer.
Yes, you were. You were.
The film was called Blindsided.
So you've done like a number of things. You've done like a number of episodes of Chicago PD, right? Have you been on Chicago Med too?
2 episodes of Med, 1 episode of PD, and 1 of Fire.
Okay. So you done the Chicago universe, pretty much.
Oh yes. One Chicago.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have a recurring role on The Chi. What are some of the differences, in your opinion, between acting in film and television and acting in theater?
It's interesting that question has come up, because I've heard casting directors and some other folks in different parts of the industry say, oh, there's no difference between, when you audition for this, there's no difference. And I actually disagree. I think I've been told, especially for some of my TV film auditions in person, that I need to pull back because I'm always using my stage voice, and so that's a big thing. I think for performance-wise, of course, with TV and film, you get a lot of opportunities to get it right, so you can always go back to one, you can cut, you can, try it again, you can try it a different way. On stage, you get that night and, pass or fail, that's it for that particular audience. And then, you have to try to figure it out for the next one. And so I think you're putting it all on the line on stage every single night. And you only get that shot for that particular audience, for that particular performance. With film and TV, the director can say, that's not exactly where I'm going. And so let me do this different thing. And then you get it in smaller chunks in TV and film. You get to do that particular scene and then go back. And then on stage, you've got the whole story to tell from start to finish, and whatever mood you're in it, but you have to take it with you on stage, and you get that one shot. So
funny you say that, because well, I'm in the play now with our mutual friend Esteban.
Oh yes.
We're doing Jesus Have the A Train, and that's one note he's been giving the cast, that you need to project more, like the reverse, that your television voices aren't going to work on stage, so you got to project to the back of the house.
And the number of people that are whispering, but I'm like, the microphone is good, but damn, can we just use, I'm sorry, not sorry.
Y'all, you good, you good.
Can you use a regular voice? Like, why are you whispering into the mic? I can't hear you, I'm old. I need for you to speak at a regular volume. And I think also with stage, you get a chance to spend more time with your character, and you get to develop your character. You get to appreciate your character more than especially with these, 1 or 2 episodes here and there. You get those scenes, and then you go away for a while, and then you come back the next season, maybe if you're lucky, and but you don't get to sit with your character as much in TV and film that you do with stage, and I like the more intimate connections you can make with your stage character than with your TV film character.
So you did an episode of Empire too.
I did an episode of Empire. That is when one of my neighbors decided that I was a real actor. And I'd been telling my neighbor for years that I was an actor. I did mostly stage, but I was like, yeah, I'm an actor. And I had one line in Empire. I was in several scenes, but I only had one line in Empire. And he came running next door, ringing the doorbell. He was like, oh, so you are a real actor. I was
when you gonna get on the big screen? You a real actor now.
I was like, so forget the 100 pages of text that I've learned to be on stage, and the dialects and all of the other things that I've had to learn while I'm on stage. Forget all of that. That's not real acting. But this one line, it just made me a real actor in his eyes. And after that, now he always wanted to talk acting with me after that. I thought that was hilarious. But, that's what the screen does to people,
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like my cousin, he always says, you know what, man? You should go down and get on Power Book. You should go get on the shot. Like I just walked down. All right, so I'm playing this character. All right, that's all said and done.
Right. Just walk up on set and be like, hi, here, I'm an actor. So, and I'm hired, right? Great.
So how did it work out on the shot? You have 2 characters, Dolly and the other character, and you're on 6 episodes. Well, talk about that.
So interestingly enough, she's the same character. The first season, she was a different name, but she was still. When you saw me the first season of The Chi, I was EJ's grandmother, and Tiff is EJ's mother. So I am the same person, but I didn't show back up until season 5. I actually had to re-audition for that role. And they, by that time, they had changed the name to Dolly instead of I think she was Bernice the first season, but I'm still EJ's grandmother, Tiffany's mama.
4 or 5 seasons later, they wanted to bring that character back, and they wanted you and hoping that you could produce the character, and they can say yeah. So it's like they wrote you back in.
From what I understand, yeah, and I have to credit Hannah Hall, who plays Tiffany on The Chi, in addition to, the writers and the producers of the show, but Hannah actually had spoken up and said she wanted a relationship with her mother. Like, where is that relationship? Because in the first season, in that episode, I actually had no interaction with Hannah. I interacted with Jacob Lattimore, who plays Emmett. And Emmett and my character talked about where EJ was, the grandbaby. But Hannah and I had never met and had never interacted with each other. And somewhere within those seasons where I was not in there, she asked about, what about my connection to my mother? And then in season 5, I came back, and that was me and Tiff. And and our relationship in 5, 6, and 7 has been fraught. It's just like, oh God, here comes my mama, and she's about to be loud and foul-mouthed, and so. But she's a lovely person, and it's been great to get back into that particular character. It's a fun character to play.
One other thing real quick. San Nicole. Let's talk about that short film that was in the Midwest Film Festival. You won an award for that, right?
I was nominated. I didn't
nominated.
win.
Yeah. Because you were so, man, you had presence on the screen big time in that cafeteria. I was at the restaurant, coffee shop, whatever it was. I was like, wow. That was like the first time I ever saw you for real.
So when San sent the script, we were just doing a table read, and they sent the script to me, and I said, oh yeah, this is me all day. And so I went into the table read like, this is about to be mine. At the end of the table read, they were like, oh, we're going to be calling people to audition for the roles and, and that kind of stuff. And I told San later, I didn't say it then, of course, but I told San later, I walked to my car like, that's my role. Yeah, that was a juicy role. Yeah, that was a juicy role. That was a really good one to play. It's fun when people see other stuff, because even on stage, my first several years particularly, I kept being called in for the mom and the auntie and the mom and the teacher, and I'm like, okay, I'm already those things. I would like something a little bit more challenging and something that I can sink my teeth in, that's going to give me a bit of a ride to take. And so it's nice when people like San and other folks are like, you know what? I see her this way instead of just mom. I see her as she can be a mob boss, or she can call, for a hit on somebody, or she can, sit across the table and be real cool and intimidate some. And I appreciated that role. I really did, and San did it up. I mean, I had a Rolls Royce dropping me off, I had my red bottoms. It was just, she hooked it up. It was nice.
Yes.
Is there like a role or a character along those lines or genre you haven't done that you would like to do? Like to take a shot at?
Man, I want to be a superhero.
Okay, yes.
Me too.
You'll be a great superhero.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
I need to be able to be a superhero. I was talking to one of my agents recently, and I said, I of course want to play a lawyer. I want to play a doctor, because those are the things that my family were like, that's what you should be. And I went, no, not really, but I'd like to play one on TV, So that would be fun. But I mean, thinking outside of the traditional thing, I want to be a superhero.
Well, we know you got to run, so we have always one last question I'd like to wrap up with. That's what advice would you give a young person looking to get into the industry, what advice would you give them?
I would say work hard and stay the course. It's a really difficult industry. You have to have really thick skin because rejection is an everyday thing. But you have to learn how to not take it personally. You have to continue to hone your skills and perfect your craft. And I don't think that there are too many days off. I mean, I'm also old school, so we believe in that, hustle and grind type thing. I mean, you do have to take care of yourself. Always continue to try to perfect your craft and keep at it. It happens. A lot of times it's not personal. It's the difference between you being 5'6" and 5'8", and that has nothing to do with your talent. It just has to do with sometimes matching you with somebody else. So keep at it and just keep perfecting your craft.
No doubt. Very inspiring. Really appreciate it. But tell you what.
Thank you.
So for Brad Stevens and
Harold Dennis.
As always, dream big, dare to be great. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.
Ooh la la. Yeah.